Remote Detonator is a type of bomb in Super Doomspire, and it is considered as one of the best bombs in any competitive Super Doomspire and in majority of pros view. Remote Detonator has the shortest time to detonate than all other bombs, and this is why it is one of the best bombs to use in any competitive Super Doomspire. So this tutorial will be categorized by 3 parts. Firstly, destroying and demolishing Doomspires. Secondly, bomb jumping, and thirdly, killing enemies. While talking in a wider general, the most efficient way to charge a remote and to detonate it is basically charging the remote detonator by holding it for 1 second, referring to 1 pump of aura, and then throwing it and then detonating it. To master remote detonator, this needs a lot of prediction skills, and you also need to understand the arc aim very well, and of course generally your aim gotta be good. So no matter what, always charge the remote when throwing it, and it is just like the shuriken and bow for much more efficiency, or else it will be as slow as any bomb. So in the destroying and demolishing Doomspire category, just like any bomb with remote, you place it at the bottom of the Doomspire and detonate it. Once again, charge it and throw it, and you can basically abuse the good blast radius for destroying. And since remote detonator has a very quick reload speed, it can demolish a Doomspire ASAP. If so, in sudden death, you can slowly chip away at the Doomspire where you charge, place the detonator, and jump on the bomb while also chipping the Doomspire. This is perfect for escaping the crowd for more chipping and recovering. Otherwise, just use it as a basic bomb and you're good. Just like any bomb, remote detonator can be used to break any sort of trowels. This includes truss, the default trowel, and cage trowel. But it should always be widely used to destroy turret, since it is basically the most toxic as thing ever, and it is also very annoying and should be permanently banned from Super Doomspire. Anyways, I will still not recommend you guys to use it to destroy any sort of trowels except for turrets. This is because it is basically a lack of usage of remote detonator, and it could be used to do much greater things, for example just zoning away or just killing enemies. So remote detonator, just like any other bomb, is also widely used for bomb jumping, just like any other functions of remote detonator. And bomb jumping is widely used for just jumping up to the sky and zone, or just stall, or just any traveling usages. However, remote detonator has the lowest jump height out of all other bombs in Super Doomspire. Other bombs can jump to the very top of Doomspire by 1 jump, but remote detonator can't. And this is why the usage of trowel, such as clone and the default trowel, is very good accommodating with the remote detonator. This is also very annoying because you can't go up if necessary, like when you need to break the bridge on top at sudden death. However, you can still abuse the cooldown and the time to charge the remote detonator to jump and travel very oftenly. It can also be used to escape crowds and zone very well. But Super Doomspire added a spec which will make the jump power decrease after 10 seconds of a regular bomb jump. I think this is to not let people abuse the jump power and not letting them stall to a certain degree. Before moving on to the next category, please enjoy this quick montage of remote detonator.
The master of my seal. I was broken from a young age, taking my soul into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the
I hope you guys enjoyed that quick montage, and now let's look at some tactic and strategy in order to actually hurt and kill enemies with Remote Detonator. So by those following steps, you can basically be very successful in order to land your Remote Detonator. So in order to land your Remote Detonator on an enemy, you need to charge it for 1 second and then throw it and detonate it on the person. Remote Detonator is widely used for mid-range combat, and it is barely used for close-range combat. If in mid-range, you basically just consider the arc and you throw it on the person's direction and it will eventually hit. Well, in close range, it is slightly harder since you need to throw it very high, and your prediction and your timing skills need to be very accurate in order to land the Remote Detonator. Even though it is not recommended, you can of course still use Remote Detonator as a landmine. Well, you just throw it on the ground and wait for your enemy to get closer and then detonating it. So more of a strategy to Remote Detonator. When you have the high ground and when you are higher than your enemy, then you will definitely have a higher advantage in landing your Remote Detonator. This is because when you're in a horizontal situation with your enemy, then the arc you will need to consider is 180 degrees. But if you're higher than your enemy, then the arc that you will need to consider is 90 or above. So if the arc that you need to consider is less, then your accuracy and precision of you hitting your Remote Detonator and landing it will definitely be higher than any other situation. So talking about the combos that you can do with the Remote Detonator, of course there's a whole list, but if you ask me what are the most widely used and the most common ones that can one-shot your opponent, then it will definitely be Great Spin plus Remote Detonator, Shadow Blade, Lunge plus Remote Detonator, and the Shuriken and Bow plus Remote Detonator, and so on. So before ending this tutorial video, there are 2 tips that I would like to give you guys if you want to start learning how to use Remote Detonator. So firstly, your prediction skills always need to be correct. So always ask yourself where your opponent will go every second in order to consider where you will throw your detonator and where you will land and detonate your Remote Detonator. Secondly, understand the arc. Practice with it and know where the Remote Detonator will land. And eventually you'll get good and you'll master your Remote Detonator as quickly as you can. So I hope you guys learned a lot in this video about Remote Detonator, and I hope you guys also all start using Remote Detonator as I main it, and it is a very good bomb choice to use. And yeah, peace out guys.